All right, and welcome to our training on the Learn and Earn Guide. If you are here, chances are you've already successfully launched your business using the Team Heart Launch Guide. Well, today we're going to be diving into your next step. This is next step, step 2 of the Team Heart system, which is all about learning and expanding your team. My name is Rachel Jackson. I am one of the co-founders of Team Heart, an elite distributor. I'm going to be joined here in a second by another elite distributor and co-founder, Kelly McCoy, out of Winter Park, Florida. So we're going to be your hosts through this training. I'm so glad that you are here. Hopefully you've already printed off the Learn and Earn Guide, which you guys see in front of you. If you haven't done that, guys, pause it right now, print it off. This is an exercise. This is us going through it together. So I really want to make sure that you get as much out of this. Don't just watch, participate, take notes. When there's sections that require you to do a little bit more thinking, pause, put effort towards it. You know, anything that you put towards this, and in anything in life, what you put into something is what you're going to get back out of it. Now, the goal is going to help you to move from Pro 1 or Pro 2 to Pro 3. So this is getting to that foundational rank in LifeVantage. And we're going to teach you what the next step in the process is. So let's dive in. Now we have a couple of different topics that we're going to go through today. We're going to discuss a little bit about Team Heart, as well as our, making the decision to change your life and move into leadership, to elevate your income and your results, as well as how to maximize the 4-step system, or I should say 3-step system, the 4 hearts of Team Heart, and as well as how to move through the plan and understand a little bit about our compensation. We're going to be talking about choosing your speed, walking, running, or fly, baby. Also, some of the key aspects of earning more money, which is going to be really becoming a student, and a little bit more about Team Heart. So let's dive in a little bit deeper. And first off, I got to say welcome. Now, chances are you've already been here for a couple of days or a couple of weeks or maybe even a couple months, but you've made a decision to launch and you've made a decision to take action. You've created some results. And I will tell you guys, if you follow this month after month, you can use this past Pro 3. These philosophies and these ideas can help you build a consistent and a predictable income through LifeVantage. Now, if you guys are just really kind of brand new, you might be really still learning about who we are. I want to just take a moment to assure you have chosen well. You might be really have been attracted because of the products, or maybe the ingredients, or maybe a friend of yours has a crazy story with our little yellow pill, or maybe you started as a customer yourself. I want to assure you guys that these cutting edge breakthroughs that we have, they are working, and they're really coming from a period of a lot of research and over 20 peer-reviewed studies and tons of patents. And this is all about products that are nutrigenomic in nature, or sometimes you'll hear us use the word epigenetic. This is really about using nutrition, food, herbs to impact the genes, especially when it comes to prevention of disease or living longer. So nutrigenomics, guys, is a new field. It's very exciting, and LifeVantage is on the cutting edge side of it. Now, we are global, we're world class, but the timing here couldn't be better. There's got to be a sense to you right now that we have to up our game, because, if we don't take action now, if we don't tell everybody about this, somebody else will. If we don't call that friend, somebody else is going to call them about LifeVantage. And we know here at Team Heart, this is the place to be. Now, whatever you want to build here is completely up to you. We're going to talk a lot about setting your own terms, your own parameters here today. And I'm excited for that, because it's going to be according to your priorities and what's really going to serve you best and your family. Now, I want you to know that this company is ethical. We work with the DSA, we follow SEC, FTC, FDA guidelines, and this is really a team full of integrity-based leaders, hard-driven leaders that really have the mindset that we want to help you succeed. Now, there will be hard work involved. You'll see that hustle and heart will set you apart. Nothing worth having comes easy. So prepare that every time you go to the next level, it's going to require more from you, okay? Now, we can do some hot tips. These are some hot tips that have, come from some of our Master Pro 10s and our elite distributors of what helps somebody get to that next level, like becoming a Pro 3 or a premier ranked distributor. We have one that's absolutely essential. Like, this is so no-brainer, but we got to talk about it. It's becoming a product of the product. Now, Kelly McCoy, I think you live the LifeVantage lifestyle almost better than anybody. Talk to us a little bit about how our new distributors, new leaders, can become a product of the product.
Well, absolutely. You become a part of a product by taking them. Make sure, go through, study our products, read about them, read the FAQs, and if there's a certain product that didn't come in your kit, make sure to order it because I promise you, uh, all of our products are amazing. The ingredients, the science behind it, and that is probably why you decided to be a distributor. Most likely, you might have been a customer first. It happens all the time, and you just know that the next step is sharing. So, you don't want to miss these products. I can't even tell you. By 9 a.m., all the products that I've consumed inside and on my face with LifeVantage, and they're sitting on my counter, and when people come in, they see it and they ask me. So it's really the best thing that LifeVantage has is our products and the testimonies.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point that you brought up. Like, I have the products throughout my house. So, like, instead, I know this sounds really insane, but instead of hand soap in the bathrooms, like guest bathrooms, I use the facial cream. Why? Or the facial cleanser, because I want people to ask me, like, what is that all about? Oh, is that your stuff, right? So put it out. There's in my guest room, there's little trial packets of the skin cream. Of course, you want to use it in front of people, attending our events, becoming a product, and really creating a relationship with the product. The more that you know, guys, the more you can talk intelligently about it. Now, you also really want to nail your story. If you remember in the launch guide, we asked you, what is your goal? And maybe you wrote down better health, maybe more money, maybe paying off debt, but you want to really start crafting your story. Why are you doing this? As you're growing in your leadership, you're going to share your story even more about what drew you to LifeVantage, but you want to make the story powerful, passionate. Take a moment to write on the back of one of these pages, just write down your story. A really boring example would be like, hi, I'm a mother of 3 girls. I guess I would be like, I'm a mother of 2 bulldogs. I love my business, but I'm really excited about the little yellow pill. Boring. Guys, think of a better example. Like, before getting started with LifeVantage, I was looking for a way to bring in extra income in our household. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I've seen lots of opportunities. Nothing felt right until now. And being a part of this community, man, we're offering the highest quality and breakthrough technology, helping people live longer and feel better. I'm absolutely in love with the skincare, the Axia, this, right? I see my skin improving. I love this business. It allows me to be my own boss. It's just perfect because I'm a busy mom with 3 beautiful kids. I love what I do. I love helping others. And LifeVantage is helping me build a legacy for my family. It only has to be 10 to 30 seconds long, guys. Simple, short, sweet, but have some excitement and know that story. If you need to go and stand in front of a room or somebody asks you, why did you join? You better be able to tell them what you're going to create. Now, some more hot tips. Using social media, it blows my mind that some companies discourage it. Guys, we encourage it because over 1 billion people are on Facebook. Facebook is the largest, but there's a lot of platforms that are growing right now. Snapchat, Instagram, Pinterest, things like that. But the average person spends over an hour a day in social media. So this is really time, guys. You've launched your business. If you've not yet begun intelligently posting at least once a day or a few times a week about Team Heart or about our products, guys, this can really broaden your range of contacts exponentially. In fact, Kelly, I don't think I have personally recruited less than 8 to 10 customers every month from purely my Facebook posts. It's important, guys, and we have some training on social media in our Team Heart Academy. But guys, here's some simple things of what to do and what not to do, because it's important, guys, that what to say and what not to say. So do post your launch events, right? And teach your team to do the same. Hey guys, I'm launching my business 8 p.m. on a conference call. I'm so excited. Message me for details. Do share stories, right? Your personal experiences from our customers. You don't have to share their name if they're not comfortable. You don't have to tag them, and you don't even have to use the word per tandem or the product. Sometimes I just say, hey, on our amazing product, this 5 herbal blend or this medical breakthrough, listen to this amazing story. Make sure, guys, that you ask your customers before you just copy and paste, right? And I love sharing something about Protandim at least a couple of times a week. I share about the business, and if you need ideas, guys, follow some of your elites on Facebook or your upline. They're going to give you great ideas. Now, one thing you want to make sure is you don't make claims, right? Our products are dietary supplements. We cannot say they cure, treat, prevent, or mitigate disease. Stick with stories about pain, energy, sleep, of course, weight loss for those that, marketplaces that use physique, things like that. Now, don't post your link either. This is a recommendation, guys. Always include a call to action, like message me and I'll give you the info or the details, or even like a simple buy-in, like, hey, doesn't Mary look awesome losing 12 pounds on her 7-day reset? If you guys want to lose weight too, comment I'm in, and I'll send the details. And what's crazy is that people will be like, I'm in. And then what you want to do is send them the tools and the enrollment details in a private message. Better yet, get them on the phone, right? One of the tips and scripts I use all the time is I find Facebook really impersonal. What's your phone number? I'll give you a call and get all the info. At the minimum, I'll use the voice memo section on Messenger or on iMessage, on texting. Now, the last hot tip, guys, is that you don't miss an event. We talk about this all the time. Hopefully, you've already learned a little bit about it in the launch guide, but events, they're critical for your success. And as a philosophy of Team Art, we know that education is the foundation for your personal success. So you want to make a commitment right now. If you're within your first 30 days, you can buy a master pass, which is an event pass for the next several elite academies and global conventions. You can also, in several of our marketplaces, the packs come with all access tickets to the next Elite Academy or Global Convention, but also think on a weekly or more regular basis. Every Monday night, we have a Team Heart weekly call. Now, the time and dial-in varies per market, so ask your upline leader or check out teamheart.net call schedule, and that will tell you when the next call is for your country. Now, every single month in most North American markets, we have a LifeVantage Academy. For some of you guys that are international, you have Super Saturdays. Guys, check out the upcoming event on teamheart.net, and they'll tell you guys how to plug in, to learn, to grow, to be inspired. I mean, imagine buying a business and, like a franchise, a Subway franchise. Wouldn't you go to the convention? Wouldn't you go to the seminar to learn how to sell more submarine sandwiches? Of course you would. Now, I want to believe that if you make the decision today to change your life, it is absolutely possible. It is possible if we know where you want to take this. So this is an exercise, guys, where we're going to invite you to reflect. Now, we lead busy lives. Things are crazy right now. You probably are, getting up, hitting snooze a couple times, and then you're frantic. You don't have enough time. Maybe you shove some, food down your throat, or you're off and running with your coffee, kids, work. You got a lot going on, notifications, ringing, text messages, phones, emails. And then by the time you get home at night, you just plop on the couch and you're just living by default and trying to do something for your business. It's manic. So we never take time. It's rare, I should say. It's rare for people to take time and reflect. What is going on in your life right now? What are you looking for? What's missing? Do you want more fun? Do you want more money, more time, more friends, more freedom? Now, as you try to take your business from 1 to Pro 3 and beyond, this is the perfect time to stop and think. What do you wish to be? What do you wish to do or to have in the next year? For example, during the next year, do you want to be less stressed, more confident, closer to family or friends, have better connections? What do you want to do? Do you want to reduce your debt? Maybe add to college funds or university funds for your children. Maybe take a vacation or 2 or 3. Or maybe you want to fire your boss and work from home, baby. Or what do you want to have? Do you want to have more free time? Maybe that new kitchen that you've been oogling off of for Pinterest. You're like, I'm ready to remodel the kitchen or the bathroom. Maybe you want new friends or extra cash or that LifeVantage Jeep or the My Life Venture program. Guys, be, do, or have. See how that works? Now is your time. Right now, I want you to pause this video and I want you to take a moment to describe in the next year, what do you want to be? What do you wish to do? And what do you wish to have? Take a moment right down to write your thoughts. Okay, well, chapter 3, we're going to be discussing our Team Heart system. Now, over the last 6 years, as you've probably heard, Team Heart has had a really great success rate. We've created hundreds of full-time and six-figure transformations. But even if you're just looking to make a couple $100 a month, or maybe even just a few thousand, guys, there is a system, and we can get you there if we follow it. So this is a 3-tiered plan. It's paint by number, and it actually follows our logo. So if you haven't yet seen how that works, I'm going to show you how it works right now. And I want you to make sure, guys, that you know this, that you teach this to your team, you duplicate the process, because that's what systems are for. Systems save yourself time, energy, and money. That's what it counts for. So this is going to help you stair-step through the LifeVantage compensation plan. So step 1 is launch. You've already learned how to do that. It's about executing minimum of 3 launch events in your first 30 days. It's presenting the LifeVantage story to 30 people, right? So you can do these on launch calls or Zooms or parties or even one-on-one presentations. It's totally up to you, but this is the launch period. If you notice, it's the bottom heart. So the bottom heart is lit up. Now you want to have a sense of urgency because you only start a business once. You want to hit that first rank in the comp plan, hitting Pro1, and you're going to use the launch guide as your tool to do it. So it's important that every single new person on your team follows the launch guide. Now, Kelly, this is something you are manic about in your team, and that's been something that has created you a full-time and six-figure income the last 10 years as a former interior designer, being now a successful home-based business owner. So talk to us a little bit about, as a new leader, helping their new people get started right.
Well, thanks for that. And yes, it is so true. And we're talking to you, you're pretty much brand new, and the one word that you'll learn to love is duplication. And in order to do it, in order to duplicate, to find lots of people that do the same thing, it has to start with you. And I always like to think, we have options here for you, calls, home presentation, one-on-ones at Starbucks, like you said, it's all up to you. But remember, these people that you're going to present to, they're going to be joining you, right? I mean, that's the way that we want you to show people the plan. And so remember, they're going to be seeing what you're doing, and that's going to attract them to want to join you. So keep that in mind. Because they're going to say, that's why I joined you. You made it seem so simple, and whatever that is, and then they will know that's the plan for them, and you'll help them. And it starts with one. And right now, maybe it's just you, but that first person that joins you, that is your team, and this is what you want to do to help them reach success.
Yeah, that's always my question. Like any new person comes into the team, have they gone through the launch guide? Have they scheduled their launch events? Guys, this is the simple process. And if you succeed in this, guys, you will start that duplication, that leverage that Kelly talks about. Now, step 2 is learning. If you notice now, the left heart is highlighted or blue. This is when you're going wide. This is when you're expanding your mind and your team. Now, we're going to teach you in this guide because it's the learn guide, right? This is step 2. Welcome. We're going to teach you how to personally enroll 5 new distributors in whatever speed you want to go and helping them go Pro1. Now, that's really the goal here, is that if you've only enrolled 1, we're going to help you enroll at least 4 more. Or maybe you enrolled a couple, but they're not doing anything yet. Well, we're going to go find some really excited distributors that are willing to follow the system. And we're going to teach them to go Pro1 in this process so you qualify Pro3. So you're going to see that here in just a little bit. The goal using this guide is by going Pro3, 5,000 in volume and at least 2 legs, but we'll teach you to go a bit wider than that. Now, step 3 of our Team Heart system, if you notice the top heart is illuminated, that is lead. By the time you hit Pro3 and using this guide, launching your new distributors, getting that duplication, you're going to be invited to participate in our 12-week lead school. Now, this is weekly calls and check-ins with your elite distributors like Kelly, myself, and many others, and you're going to learn what it takes to create a couple thousand a month or maybe even 6 figures or 7 in LifeVantage, because we're actually going to give you a crash course on the leadership skills, confidence, team building, presenting, tap rooting down your organization. And at the end of the course, you're going to graduate, receive recognition. So it's really exciting. So that's going to be lead school, and ideally will help you get to Pro 5 and above, which is at least a couple $1,000s a month in income and 20 grand a month in organizational volume. Now, last but not least is love. It's amazing what can happen when you lead with your heart, showing compassion and care and acceptance and respect in all aspects of your life, in all relationships, in all business dealings. It will go a long way in creating something happy and fulfilling. And there's going to be many times, guys, that you're going to face obstacles, hurdles, situations. They're going to be frustrating. It's going to seem impossible to move forward. Your best friend won't join you, or somebody you thought was going to do great, they quit, or maybe there's an issue that somebody didn't receive their product, or the post office messed up, or whatever. There's going to be so many frustrations. But guys, if you lead with heart, if you lead with good intention, if you respect others, respect the company, respect Crossline, if you have the highest level of integrity and you just do your best. If you do your best and honor others and forgive quickly, because we'll always make mistakes, man. Woo! And you remove ego, because after all, ego is not your amigo. Ego is edging God out. So this is our Team Heart system, guys. Launch, learn, lead, and last but not least, love. Learn it, share it with your team. This is what will teach you how to crawl, walk, and then run. Now, moving through the plan, I want to give you guys a little bit of an idea when we actually start building your team. So this is really the foundation of taking our business to the next level. And it's important that we set targets. If you've noticed on this page, moving through the plan, that we have an income disclosure. So this is an income disclosure from the previous year, and this tells you the average income for each rank. So from distributor all the way up to Master Pro 10. Now by now you should have already hit Pro 1, maybe Pro 2, but when is your goal to hit Pro 3? Is it this month? Is it 30 days from now? I want you to write it down right now. When are you going to be Pro 3? On or before this date? What about Pro 4? You look at the income disclosure, it's $1,000 a month average income. When do you want to be Pro 4? Write down the date. And I know sometimes you're like, oh, what's reasonable? What's possible? Guys, we're going to talk about that here in a second, but just write down a date. How about Premier Pro 5, Premier Pro 6? What about Elite Pro 7? Average income is $10,000 a month. When do you want to be elite? Now, it might be several years for you. This all depends on what you're willing to invest. Now, if you notice in that bold text, it says, to reach my goals, I'm willing to invest blank hours per week. I want you to write down the time that you're willing to invest every single week to build your business. Now, in order to move forward, I think at least an hour a day. I really do. 7 to 8 hours a week, you can start building a business. Anything less than that, I'm sure Kelly would agree, it's kind of a hobby. And hobbies cost you money, right? So at least an hour a day, right? But you can fit this into the nooks and crannies of your life. But it's important that you have reasonable expectations based on what you're willing to invest. So for instance, if your goal is to be a Premier Pro 6, that's $5,200 a month on average, but you're only willing to work 2 hours a week in LifeVantage, I'm going to tell you guys, it's not a realistic goal. It just isn't. So either the goal or the date or the hours, whatever, needs to change. Okay? So set your goals. It is so powerful. I've done this for 11 years in network marketing. I've always set the intentions of when is the next rank and when I'm going to hit it by. And guys, by golly, it's probably worked at least 75% of the time because you make that intention, you set that goal, and then you work hard to achieve it. Now, all of you guys should have hit Pro 1. You've already hit Pro 1 by now. But let's just walk through what this actually looks like. So Pro 1 is 1,000 in volume. You need at least 100 in personal purchases or personal volume every single month, personal volume. And you need to have at least one qualified leg. This gives you the earnings from your team. So you start earning 2% on your first level and 5% on your second level. Now, the average monthly income here is not much. I mean, $92 a month. But you're just getting started, okay? Now you could go Pro 1 by just enrolling one platinum. That's, $400, $500 depending on what market that you're in and your currency. So you can make a lot more than that enrolling, but the average income here is $92. But think about, hey, what could that cover for you and for many families? That's a cell phone bill, that's the utility bill, the heat bill, the gas bill. Now, Pro 2, it starts getting really exciting. You need to have at least 2 legs at this point, 2,500 in organizational volume, OV, at least 100 in PV, of course, and you can only count 80% of your volume from your largest leg. So only 80% of 2,500 is 2,000. So if leg 1 is your big leg, you can only count 2,000 from there, which means you got to hit 500 outside of it. Now you're now earning an average of 5% on 4 levels, Now it's getting exciting. The average income at a Pro 2 is a couple $100 a month. Now Pro 3, that is the goal of step 2 in Team Art System, which is learning, right? We're teaching you. And we want to help you guys hit Pro 3 as soon as you want to hit it, right? This is such a key rank because it unlocks so many bonuses. We're going to talk about that here with Kelly in a second. But the average earning is about $500 a month at a Pro 3. You need 5,000 in volume, at least 100 in PV, and you need at least 2 legs. But I'm going to guys share with you that you really ideally want to go about 5 wide. And this is going to make sense here in a second when I share with you, because when we help 5 people on your team go Pro 1, you're going to be at 5,000. So if you have 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, if we help 5 people help launch their business following the launch guide step by step, and we help them and assist them by hitting Pro 1, 5 by 1, you're at 5,000 in volume. You're now a new leader, and it's exciting, and this opens up a host of bonuses for you. And there's some distinct benefits. The first one is the launch bonus. This is big. This is how you get rewarded for working with more than just your personally enrolled. So this is actually a benefit to go work down in your team. So this launch bonus gets unlocked at Pro 3, at the paid rank of Pro 3, and it works as a trickle up bonus, okay? So it goes to the first qualified rank for each of the different tiers. And this follows the enrollment tree. So for instance, let's say you enrolled Susie, and Susie enrolled a new platinum. It's her first platinum, her first distributor. That new distributor, let's say it's Joe. Joe is going to pay out $50 up to the first Pro 3 or Pro 4 paid rank in that line. So you're going to get, if you're the Pro 3 or 4 in that line, you're going to earn that $50 bonus. It pays you to help Susie. Let's get her some more platinums, right? Now, this is going to continue going up. It's going to pay out another $50 to the Pro 5 and 6, another $50 to the Elite, another Pro $25 to the 10. And guys, these are paid out on packs. So every time a pack is sold, a Pro 3 and above is getting paid. So you want to become a leader. You want to get to Pro 3 because this is your weekly money. Now we go through specifics on teamheart.net/comp plan if you want to see this actual like live and visual and all that sort of stuff. But just know, guys, this is incentive to work down in depth in your team. This helps you, pay for the gas that it costs to go across town to launch a new distributor and help them with their first party, or to maybe take a short flight and help launch a new market as you expand your team and move up in leadership. So this is really exciting, guys. This could be hundreds or maybe even thousands of dollars per week as your team is growing. I mean, 50, 25, and 1250, these are US dollars, by the way. That's pretty exciting when every new silver, gold, and platinum joins. Now, we also have increased monthly pay. So as you hit Pro 3, you open up the generational matching bonus. So this is going to be earning 10% off of your personally enrolled distributors' royalty commissions. So that's their downline sales, right? Plus, you earn 5% off of everyone they enroll, 5% off of everyone they enroll, 5% off everyone they enroll, and 5% off everyone they enroll. It's 10, 5, 5, 5, 5. So 30% check match bonus or generational match on every new enrollment line you start. So guys, I told you about that going 5 wide, right? Imagine that you enroll 5 people front line and you go help them build teams, or maybe you enroll 10, 5 quit, and then you have 5 people that build a team. Guys, you're going to be earning 10% off of their checks for life and then another 20% through their first 4 levels. This is long-term beach money. Go to the beach and still make money. Now, you have to be qualified. You have to do $100 in new PV every single month in your holding tank, and at least 40 of that has to be your personal. So that's important to know. So you make sure you're on auto ship, guys. Now, lastly is the invitation to lead school. I told you very bare basics. Kelly, you've really shared to me that mentorship has been a key aspect of your making 6 figures for many of the years that you've been in this industry. And tell us a little bit about how excited you're actually one of our keynote trainers in lead school. So tell us a little bit about why these new Pro 1s and 2s want to get Pro 3 and what they can expect coming to lead school.
Absolutely. And, this is a phenomenal thing that we have here at Team Heart. And you need to really take this, be very appreciative of this, because not a lot of teams have this at their, access. And the thing I think I find the best about it is that you're going to be hearing from people that at one time started just like, you did, all walks of life, all different uh, businesses, or housewives or whatever, and it will build your belief, and they're going to share with you what worked and what didn't. And we fail our way to success here. And so I really can't tell you how much value this will be. Don't miss one of these. Get yourself a journal, a notebook, and take notes every week. And it's so great to hear different people and different stories and different personalities. And just don't miss one, because you're going to look back at those notes. I have, journals and journals and journals of trainings that I've had over the last 10 years that I pull out. And, some of the best things that I remember, and sayings and things that keep me in the game are from, these types of trainings. So, Rachel, it's amazing what what we put together here at Lead School.
And it's the equipping that new leaders need. So, one of the things that I'm really grateful for is at different times in my career, I found a mentor to teach me how to go to the next level. And so these skills you're going to learn here, guys, they're going to be huge. And after the 12 weeks, there's going to be an amazing, you get certified. When you come to our next event, we do a big recognition. You get a nice little present, some little Team Heart swag. And so you're definitely not going to want to miss it. You want to participate and get as many Pro 3s as possible. We'll teach you how to go and create a Pro 3 factory and duplicate your efforts and leverage into your team. That is what's so powerful about Lead School. Now, 5x1 is definitely the fastest way to Pro 3, but I want to give you guys some tips. It is important now that you stay in launch mode. I know many leaders and new distributors, they get stuck Pro 1 or Pro 2 because they sign up 1 to 2 distributors and then they sit on them. I mean, imagine trying to sit on an egg, right? You're trying to hatch them like a golden egg, or your golden goose. Your fastest way to Pro 3 is actually to continue recruiting and to continue sharing. So you might actually continue doing launch events or one-on-ones. And I'm going to share with you the importance of a presentation here in a little bit, but we're going to give you the 5x1 structure. It gives you a simple kind of fill in the blank visual. Find 5 people who see this, who get this, who want this like you do, and then work with your upline support team to launch them effectively, right? The launch guide is 3 launch events in their first 30 days or less, and help them achieve and maintain Pro 1. Now, if you do this 5 times, you'll have 5 Pro 1s on your team, more than enough to qualify for that 5,000 OB requirement. And I know that you're thinking, like, what if they fail to launch? You might have signed up a couple of business builders already, and maybe they were excited for a while, or maybe they got busy, or maybe they were uninspired, or life happened, who knows? Maybe they're just not doing anything yet. But sometimes life does happen. Don't sweat it. They're incubators. They are incubating. Keep them in the system and try your best to keep them informed. Everything that's happening, right? So everything that's new with Team Heart, guys, anything that pops up, send them a message. Touch base with them every so often. You never know when life could change and they could get excited again. But you're not going to rank advanced solely on incubators. You need builders. So if your first 2 or 3 distributors are not willing to follow the plan, then replace them, right? They're incubating. Go find 5 new ones who have a burning desire to change their life or make some supplemental income, and work with the willing. I can't say this enough, guys. 80% of your time is working with the people willing to follow the system. 20% of the time, try to get those that aren't to lead you to somebody who is, who is willing. Now, set up yourself for long-term success. You actually need 5 legs to hit the top of the comp plan. So trust us, guys. You want to start building wide, a minimum of 5 legs. Now, do you want 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? That's completely up to you. Talk to your upline, get their perspective of what they recommend, but you want to go wider to help you with income long term. Now, this is so cool. I love our Pro 3 tracker. This is a very visual way. You guys can print this out on a monthly basis and really use the sheet to help launch your new distributors. So fill in the month of whatever month it is that you're running, and what you want to do is start filling in the name with 5 people that you are launching or that you're relaunching to Pro 1. Now you want to put their name, their phone number, and mark Have they completed the launch guide? Yes or no? And then their launch events. Guys, if you fill this up with 5 people that are completing the launch guide to effectiveness, you're going to start shading in that upper right-hand corner, that little volume bucket, shade it in. Every $1,000 that you accomplish, shade in another box. It's going to be so exciting to fill this up, and it'll be faster than you know it. So guys, 5 by 1. This is where I want you to focus on. And of course, make sure that if you do need any help, you're working with your upline Pro 3 because they've done it. They're going to help you do the same, okay? Now, in choosing your next steps, you get to choose your speed. We talked a little bit about building a LifeVantage business on your terms. Isn't that exciting? Like, you can choose part-time, full-time, big time, fitting it into the nooks and crannies of your life, right? There's no spare time, because who has spare time? Nobody has spare time. But in this business, there are some core metrics. There are some things that we know so well. We've proven the numbers. We've tracked it for years that if you commit to follow, you're going to see results, okay? So we're going to break down one action goal, and we're going to break down one results goal, and we're going to choose the speed. Do you want to walk? Do you want to run, or do you want to fly? Now, the one thing I want to say, and first, before we choose our speed, is that techniques are temporary and principles are permanent. I'm going to teach you principles here today. Principles are like a compass. They're true north. They provide direction no matter what the landscape. See, principles are our LifeVantage compass, right? They apply in all situations, all cultures, all generations, all countries and marketplaces, but techniques can vary. Techniques are the how. So they don't always transfer, right? Back in the day, network marketing was done through fax and 8-tracks and tapes and DVDs, right? Nobody has a fax machine anymore. We don't do that. We have a mobile app. We have a back office, right? Some of you guys do launch calls. Other cultures and countries, you guys do launch Zooms. Those are techniques. I want to share with you today the principles that make up the template of success. And this template can be used to determine no matter what speed you wish to go in the coming months of your LifeVantage business. Here's the template. This template can be used, by the way, a template is any sort of key system to create success. Okay. So number 1, do the right thing. Number 2, do the right things. Number 3, do enough of the right things. And number 4, do enough of the right things long enough. That's it. Simple, right? Now let's break this down a little bit further. Do the right thing. Be a person of honor. Treat others fairly with love and respect, following the golden rule. Number 2, do the right things. Know what we get paid on. Know what we get paid to do, right? Do those things. It sounds so simple. Like, tell me something I don't know, RJ. Guys, it's important that we do the right things. And that's going to be a part of this topic. Number 3, do enough of them. This is what this chapter is all about. How much of the right things does it take to grow your business to Pro 3 and beyond? And number 4 is do enough of the right things long enough. Consistency, compound effort. Most of us overestimate what we can achieve in 3 months, but we underestimate what we can do with 3 years of consistent effort. Guys, this template is foundational. These are principles. These are permanent. These are true north for Team Heart. While your upline, your team might do something specific like Facebook Lives or home parties or whatever, all of these 4 items must be in place to build a business that lasts. All of the elites, Kelly does this, Tara does this, Lisa does, Carrie Dickey does this. All of her elites in the company have done this. So follow in their footsteps. So the one thing, so we have the 4 principles on that previous page. They're vital for success, but the one thing is the one thing. It's the one thing that's often overlooked because it's simple, but there is one thing that drives growth. If this one thing isn't in place, guys, there's no growth, there's no momentum, there's no movement. If it's not in place, you won't have you'll be stuck. But if you put it in place, you're going to start moving forward. So what is that one thing? The one thing you must do every single month to move your business forward is tell the LifeVantage story to at least 15 people every single month. That's it. Now, if you've been here for a while, you probably have heard it before. So whether it's new or not for you, the question is, are you willing to do it? Are you willing to commit doing this month after month, year after year? Growth is going to become automatic. It's going to feel easier. That's what creates momentum, and momentum is your best business partner. It's your best friend. The foundational truth is that we get paid to connect people to LifeVantage in whatever way makes sense to them. Customer, distributor, we don't care. We let them get in where they fit in. We get paid to show others how to connect people to LifeVantage. That's all we do. Get paid to connect and get paid to show others how to connect. That's it. So we make those connections by doing presentations in LifeVantage, aka telling the LifeVantage story. It doesn't matter how you choose to do them. You could do them in one single house meeting, that's 15 presentations, or you can do 15 one-on-one coffee dates, or you can do 3 launch calls with 5 guests each. The matters is that you are personally or sharing the story to 5 new prospects every single month. 15. What matters most is that you're telling the story to 15 new prospects every single month. 15. That's the tipping point. Not 14. It has to be, oh, by the way, it has to be new people, okay? This is not your best friend who's heard the story 8 times. So the LifeVantage story, guys, it includes 4 parts. Your story, the company story, the income opportunity, and then an invitation to join, right? So kind of closing them, letting them know like, hey, where do you get in? And all of these things must be present to be counted for your 15. So just showing the abcyellowpill.com, it doesn't count as a presentation, okay? So 15 presentations a month. Now, Kelly, we teach people that they can choose their speed. They can walk, they can run, or they can fly. Talk to us a little bit about the activity goal. So I think every month it's important to know, what are you shooting for? Like, what's your activity? Because we can't really control results too well. It's good to have goals for volume and income, right? It's good to have that. We talk about that a lot. But if you focus on the right activities, doing the right thing, doing enough of it long enough, you're going to see great results. So talk to us about our speed, what we can choose.
Sure. This is important, and it's also important as you're bringing new people into your team to have a conversation about, what they want to do, because, somebody that wants to walk, you're not going to sit down and chart out, 90 presentations a month. So, but you can see it's like Rachel said before in the previous slide, it's up to you how you want to do it, one-on-ones or gatherings here and there, and do the math. 15 one-on-ones, which are great, might take a little bit more time than 2 home presentations with 7 or 8 people. So sometimes you can even make these the decision, walk, run, or fly, a little bit easier by just getting in front of more people at the same time. But it's all mapped out here. And don't, once you make the decision, and one month it might be a different, life happens, right? Rachel knows my husband was in the hospital for 2 weeks in January, and things had to slow down a little bit, but, ready to pick it up for February. So don't beat yourself up if something doesn't turn out, but make the decision, follow it, and it's math here. The numbers are here, and promise you, if you do it, things will happen.
Yeah, it's true. And guys, telling the LifeVantage story to at least 15 people every single month is the driver. Now, it's important, guys, that it's the sponsoring. It drives the sponsoring of new business people, the sponsoring of more preferred customers. It drives volume, right? It's pretty powerful for a very unsexy, non-sexy little principle. This is not sexy, doing 15 presentations per month, but it works. Anybody can do it. It's an even playing field. This is why, guys, we have a script. We have PowerPoints. We have a recorded overview in every market. You can even listen to it over and over and over and share it until you feel comfortable doing the presentation yourself. In the beginning, your upline might be doing the launch call, but you're going to hear it long enough that you're going to be ready at, maybe Pro 3 or 4, whatever, to say, hey, I'm ready to take it over. You're going to earn as you learn. And from all of our experiences, who have done this consistently, they always see the same results. Any person who took personal accountability to track the amount of times they told the story each month consistently for many months in a row, they saw growth in their business. They sponsored new team members, they enrolled new customers, and they increased and sustained volume. So if you want to walk right now, circle that right now. Say, hey, this is, knowing, my husband's health, knowing my other obligations. Guys, you might be going on a large vacation this month. So you're like, okay, I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks. You might just choose that it's going to be a walking month. Some of you guys want to go a little faster. So Let's talk about running. That's 30 presentations a month. And there's something really unique about this. There's a vortex. It's like a tipping point for momentum. When you start doing 30 presentations a month, it's like it draws more people to it. Like you just get in this flow. I love it. I always love when I'm in flow, Kelly. Like I'm just doing more presentations and things are signing up and it's exciting. It's momentum. Now fly. There's been many times where teamwork co-founders or life management elite leaders have gone through burst periods in their business. They enroll 20, 30, even 50 new people. Can you imagine that in a few months' time? This is not for everyone, but I know it's important to mention because some people need to change their situation quickly. And this has been done before. If you do the numbers, it is a numbers game. Just work the numbers. I mean, there's been several times in my career where I was able to go and create, tens of thousands per month by doing 90 presentations a month, about 3 a day. It's intense. It's not for everyone, but if you need to change your life quickly, it's a fast way to get into momentum. Just choose your speed right now. Circle the one. Do you want to walk? Do you want to run or do you want to fly? Now, we've given you guys some simple presentation trackers. We have a 15 a month right here where you can actually cross them off, shade them, put stickers, whatever you want to do, and then also write down their name, the date they saw the presentation, what was the result, did they sign up as a customer distributor, what was the new volume, guys? You're going to want to track what's the volume, what pack did they buy, what products. I love to track all of the numbers so I can see. Now, we also have a 30 a month tracker. And if you want to follow the 90 a month plan, then just print 3 of these out. But it's the same thing, just more, again, name, date, result, and new volume. Now, that is your speed, right? You got to track it. What you track grows. Every time you do a presentation or you finish an appointment or a launch call or whatever, track it on the tracker. Some people are afraid of numbers, and Kelly, you mentioned it, like, sometimes the months get away from us. Some of us hate looking back at, the previous month, like, oh man, I got so distracted because of this personal thing that happened or whatever. You need to divorce yourself from the emotion of the number. The number's just the number, right? It's just the number. There's no reason to tell stories about the number. We all want to justify what our numbers were last month. We feel badly about the number. Guys, divorce from the emotion. And this is going to take some self-discipline. We don't define ourselves by the number or our rank or our title. It just tells us what has happened in the past. The numbers doesn't tell us about the present or the future, which is full of possibilities. But we know that 15 is the minimum, not 14, right? It's not, if you don't have your 15 done, it's not going to bed early on the 30th of the month. It's staying up late. It's pushing, right? Guys, it's not going to bed until you get it done. Remember the template. You have to do these things long enough, the right things. So 15 presentation is enough of the right things, but that's our one activity goal. You want to do it for at least 12 months in a row because that's going to be long enough, right? And there's going to be so many distractions. There's going to be incentives. There's going to be promos. There's going to be global trips that you can win. Guys, so to keep it simple, we always bring it back to this one thing. When you're telling the story to a minimum of 15 new people every single month, you will have the one result goal. And this goal drives and indicates growth. So the one action goal is 15 presentations a month or more. But the one result goal is 1,000 in new volume in your holding tank and at least one personally enrolled distributor. See, that 1,000 in new volume is something you can track every month. You can see, wow, I'm getting results from my activity. It's so exciting to see it happen. And it's a great way to show your upline, like, hey, I'm doing it. Look at, I signed up 5 customers and they ordered $1,000 in product or whatever it might be. So 1,000 new volume comes from your new personally enrolled customers and the product they order and the new enrolled distributors that you enrolled that month in the pack or products that they order. So basically, using these things that we just showed you guys, track the volume. Track what new volume you enrolled that month. And you'll notice, guys, if you're doing this for months, you'll notice your big months, like where you did 30 or 50 or whatever it might be, whatever it was that you're tracking, 15 over and over and over. You're going to all of a sudden see like 90 days later, you have your best recruiting month ever. It always happens, okay? Now, reorders don't count in the result goal. So when we're tracking at least 1,000 in new volume every month, personally enrolled, and at least one news distributor every single month, reorders do not count. Those are what builds your income. The people that signed up months ago and are just reordering, that's awesome, but they're not going to grow our team to where we want it to be. Growth is in the new. Write that down. It's really good, okay? Now, I do love to bring in Tara's training. If you guys have watched this legendary training video, 1 a month, it shows the power of person enrolling one distributor. I'm going to give you guys this as a little bit of homework. I'm not going to cover it in this training because you guys can go watch it. It's about 20 minutes long, but it shows the power of getting at least one new distributor every month, and it follows along our one result goal monthly, which is 1,000 new volume and 1 a month. So guys, if you focus on 1,000 new volume and 1 a month, and you teach your team to do the same, holy cramoly, you could be Pro 12 or Pro 9 here in this example in 12 months. Wow, I mean, that is really incredible. But most people quit, they quit very quickly in month 3 or month 6 because the big money isn't there yet. So watch that 1 month training, a little bit of homework for you guys. You're really going to love it. Now, chapter 6 is we're kind of winding this down. This is so important. Don't lose concentration now. Don't get distracted. Don't minimize the screen, guys. This is the meat of the training. I love the phrase, don't wish it was easier, wish you were better, by Jim Rohn. See, most people are anxious to change their circumstances. They want a better house, a better spouse, a better job, a bigger bank account, better body, a massive team in network marketing. But you have to change your circumstances. If you want to change your circumstances, but you're not willing to change yourself, you're going to remain bound. So in this chapter, I just want to talk a little bit about developing a personal growth plan, because in order to earn more, you need to learn more. Being a student didn't stop at high school or university. No matter where you're at in your network marketing journey, let's all agree that we can improve, right? So one of the foundational truths of all great success stories is that every top leader in this industry, every elite or master for 10, they attribute a great deal of their success to the amount of effort they put into personal growth. The law of intentionality from John C. Maxwell, the #1 leadership guru in the world. He states that growth doesn't just happen. We don't just get better because we get older. So my question to you, and you can fill out the form, is what are you doing right now to currently develop yourself? You're like, I'm watching your video, girl. I'm like, good. I'm glad that you're here. But what is your plan? What is your plan? Are you reading every morning? Are you listening to audios on your way to work? Are you attending events at LifeVantage Academy every month or a Super Saturday in your market? What are you doing to grow yourself daily? And what are you doing to develop others around you? Now, Kelly, you've been a student of so much of this industry, and you've attended events, and you've probably invested, I think, tens of thousands into your personal education and attending seminars and growing. What's your favorite ways that you're growing right now? What are some of the things that you really attribute a lot of your success to?
Goodness, that's a great question, and I love this. This personal development is my favorite thing to do. So I would say right now, first of all, if I am in the car, if I am at the gym, if I am on a walk, I have earbuds, or my car has an audible going with positive things. I mean, the world is crazy, and you have to create this little bubble around you to keep it positive, and so that's the best way to do it. And before you go to bed, a great tip is, whether you've got earbuds in your ear of something positive, you can literally reprogram your brain. That's a whole nother book, but neuroplasticity, but have the last thing that you have going in your ears something positive, so you'll sleep better, you'll wake up better. So but it's affordable now. Back when I started, I've spent a lot of money on things, Tony Robbins, Danny Johnson, all of that. But now you've got YouTube. You can just Google Les Brown, all of these things, and you can at your fingertips. So money doesn't have to be an issue right now. So I would just tell you to don't miss a day, don't skip a day of personal development.
Yeah, and it's choosing what works for you. I think all leaders are readers, Kelly. I think it's a skill that we need to really harness as a very distracted society right now. Notifications, all that. I have to force myself to read, but it's a really great skill to have. Guys, you cannot give what you don't have. The more you grow, the more you experience, the better you'll be able to influence and mentor others. And the marketplace pays for value. Value is determined by your skill. This is why the fry guy doesn't make as much as a general surgeon, because the general surgeon has more skill. He offers more value to the marketplace. So if you want to increase your income, increase your skill. So Team Heart Growth Plan. Now, obviously daily, we have our Team Heart Academy. So you can watch a product or a training video. You can read 10 pages from a book on our Team Heart book list. You'll see that here in the next pages. Weekly, being on our Team Heart weekly call, or as you hit Pro 3, being on the Lead School call. Make it a standing commitment. Don't miss a Monday night call, right? Plug into any other calls that you qualify for so that you can learn tips and nuggets from the top producers. Now, monthly, getting into a monthly event in your market, Big Blue Calendar or Life Advantage Academy. You can go buy your tickets now. And quarterly, we have Elite Academies and global conventions, and these are where big events like this is where decisions are made. Lives are changed at big events, right? Belief is built at the lower events, and then lives are transformed at the bigger events. So here's our book list. We got some great recommendations for things, whether it be the Bible or, the 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth from John C. Maxwell, or What to Say When You Talk to Yourself by Shad Helmstetter. That's a great one on mindset. We have some recommendations on network marketing. If you want to learn more, like from our upline, Carrie Dickey wrote a book, Network Marketing, The View from Venus. Phenomenal book. Or Go Pro by Eric Worre. Leadership books, more John C. Maxwell, Developing the Leader Within You, or The Servant Leader by James Autry. We have sales skills if you feel like you want to grow there. I love Og Mandino, the greatest salesman in the world, or The 4 Agreements, or maybe even Go for No. That is so good. That one is so good. And they're coming out with a network marketing version as well by Andrea Waltz and Richard Fenton. Also, maybe you feel like you need more time management or discipline or habits. Here's some great recommendations, and of course, some wealth management. Guys, it doesn't just end here. These are just recommended books that almost all of your elite and your top premier ranks have read, and they really testify as been transformational for them. And you can buy these on Amazon for a couple bucks, and you can go, like Kelly said, if you like Seth Godin, you like tribes, go watch Seth Godin on YouTube. You like John C. Maxwell, go watch him on YouTube. When I go and work out on the stair mill, I'm listening to personal growth. Learn and burn, baby. Now, in closing, we're going to end with a very, very important thing, is really the Team Heart philosophies. And this is about the secret sauce. This is what makes us one of the premier teams in network marketing. There are specific ingredients that really we encapsulate into philosophy statements. This is what we live by. This is who we are more than what we do. This is the foundation, the bedrock that we build upon. These are ideals that we want all of our team members to follow. We don't settle for anything less. It's not in our DNA to accept anything like the minimum. Anything less than amazing is unsatisfactory for us, okay? So there's a key priority, almost an obsession, that everyone who partners with us, we want them to live by these philosophies. These produce a culture that promotes creativity, growth, acceptance, and passion. But without these philosophies, I will say we would not be who we are today. So one of them is get in where you fit in. And Kelly, this is something that has been so important for growing a thriving team and letting people get started what's right for them. Tell us a little bit about what it means to have this mindset in building your business.
Right. It is, and so important because nobody wants to feel pressured. And, I always say, think about how you feel. How did you feel with, the person that brought you in? And, here at Team Heart, if you've joined us, I know you've joined us because of that feeling. You never felt pressured. We have so many leaders now that did start as customers, and they just, they weren't sure. They might have had a bad situation in another company, and you just have to be mindful of that. You don't know what people's past is about. And I tell you, I've had several people that have told me now, and they're, big builders now, and they're like, thank you so much for, not pressuring me when I first joined, and it just means the world. So that's what we are here, a community of get in where you fit in. But the thing that will probably, if you do this, watch what happens, because of Life Advantage, because of the products, because of Team Heart, they will, it'll turn into more, but it will be able to do that if you let this happen front end.
Yeah, we don't care what pack they come in at. We don't care if they start as a customer, guys. This is about honoring people. So great advice, Kelly. And it really goes hand in hand with our philosophy that everyone matters. So regardless of people's age, religion, gender, race, past experience, performance, everyone is loved. even their involvement. I've been in companies in the past where if I wasn't producing and promoting hardcore, maybe I was going through some health issues or some rough issues, um, I wasn't accepted. I wasn't appreciated. And ultimately, guys, like, you are leading a volunteer army. This is a volunteer army, guys. Treat other people how you would want to be treated. Love on them. Have grace with even your contacts, right? Some people don't always get started on your timetable, right? You're trying to hit Pro 3 this month and you're like, dang it. Well, they just buy their platinum, guys. Just display humility, gratitude. And of course, that goes for everybody in Team Heart, the leaders, the crossline friends. Guys, I found most people are looking for happiness. Start with gratitude. When you live with gratitude, appreciating, it just opens up a whole new world. And nobody's perfect. I will tell you, Kelly is going to mess up. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to mess up 20 times worse. Tara's going to disappoint you. We are going to mess up. Your upline is going to disappoint you. But that's okay, right? It's okay. Just have grace. We're all aligned. We're connected. We care for one another. And if we build this strongly, like everyone matters here. Everyone plays a part, regardless if they bring in one customer a year or one customer a day. Guys, nothing external can bring us down. We are united. Now, everything matters. This is all about integrity. If you don't build a business on integrity, it's like quicksand. It'll fall apart. Integrity is really the foundation of character. It builds trust, high standards, solid reputation. So this also goes with product, right? You don't have to tell people that this product is more than it is. Pro1 is enough. True Science is enough. Like, our products are enough, right? You don't have to over amplify or extend what the opportunity is. You don't have to make it sound so easy, because it's not, guys. It's important that you build with integrity and you tell it like it is. I tell people on almost every three-way call, this might be the hardest thing you ever do. I want them to know. Yeah, and it's important, in Everything Matters, that you really master the mundane, the basics, making sure the newest person gets started. Make sure they get their welcome email. They get added to the groups. They get, welcomed. They personally walk through the launch guide. How you do anything is how you do everything. So if you're just about getting somebody started, then you just let them kind of flounder. It's like, God's not going to bless that business, right? Now, our fourth philosophy is that numbers and money follow. They don't lead. So don't chase money. Don't chase Pro 3. Don't chase the volume. Chase the skills that make you great. Chase the skills that will make you excellent at what you're building. When you become an expert, you become the best. Then and only then will better numbers, money, volume follow you. So if you pursue your vision with an uncompromising passion, all the numbers will follow you. If you chase numbers and you chase money first, it will leave you chasing your tail. That is a Team Heart philosophy. And lastly, not least, is education is a foundation for personal success. We spoke about this in depth previously. But guys, work as hard on yourself as you do on your business, and you'll be unusually successful. I want to say one moment just to congratulate you for taking that next step, an incredible step in your life managed journey. This one is really to mark your run from Pro 1 to Pro 3 and beyond. And from all of us, Kelly and myself and all the Team Heart co-founders, we want to say thank you. You are the best part of LifeVantage. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you for believing in us. Thank you for putting the faith in us. We believe in you. And over the next few years, we have the possibility to change your life like you couldn't possibly imagine. You've learned it, and now it is time to earn it. God bless everybody.